1 2 1 2 check 1 2. Straight up podcast number 50. Yes. Yes, sir. Welcome. Straight up podcast. Episode number 50. That's right, boy DJ Wild Body. We're here. Shout out to everyone out there in the chat. Shout out to the panel, Brother Mordeed. The Jersey Sun, a.k.a. Sunray Beats, a.k.a. Mark McGuire. And our special guest today, we got Dixie Freely in the building. St. Louis, stand up. What up, Dixie?
What's good? What's good, everybody?
Real quick. Yeah, we're here, Straight Up Podcast, our 50th installment, 50th episode. That's right. We've been here 50 times. Thank everybody for tuning in. Thank everybody for their support. Also, thanks for checking us out, man. Also like to thank our lone sponsor, Pop Pop's Wood Shop. That's right. Like to thank Pop Pop's Wood Shop as well. Pop Pop's Wood Shop specializing in custom woodworking, china cabinets, coffee tables. They do it all. They're dedicated to providing you with top quality work and the utmost professionalism. Please give them a call today, 1-800-286-5233. That's 1-800-286-5233. Use the code PICK, P-I-C-K. Tell them that Straight Up Podcast sent you over there. God does spectacular work. I'm actually getting some stuff built right now. I'm getting a new studio desk, getting it drawn out right now. Also, he builds record cabinets. He ships, so it's not just a regional thing. He can ship. God does great work, great craftsmanship. I've had this one desk here for going on 6 years. He actually glued it together. It has not bowed. It's staying and tried and true. The stain job was terrific on it. Real good work. He uses nothing but the finest wood, grade A, class A wood, no RS, no that wraith and sheet and stuff. Well, yeah, give Pop Wood Shop a call. Enough of the wood. What's going on? What's happening out there? Once again, our 50th episode, Straight Up Podcast. Shout out to the people that are not here. Pour out a little vape juice for See Me Hustle, DCR and Coop. I don't know where they're at. DCR is supposed to join us a little later. So we got some nice stuff going on today. We're going to go down a couple of holes, have a little fun like we always do. Yeah, so how's everybody doing on the panel? How y'all doing, man?
Good, man. Can't complain too much.
Yeah, man. Caught me
By
flipping.
good.
Right. Let me check and make sure my levels and stuff is right. Hold on.
Bullshit. You can't see that, brother?
Yeah.
It's bullshit. You can't.
All right, we're ready to roll. Also, please check us on the payback on Anchor FM, Spotify, as well as Twitch as well, YouTube playback. Don't forget to go over to Brother Mordeep's channel, Brainwashed on Heavy, to check out the Put Out Direct podcast, POD podcast. Check them out Saturdays at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. Also, please check out the Many Shades of Black Mav coming out on the 29th. You can pre-order the project right now. It's on Bandcamp. Go to Bandcamp, Black Mav. Yeah, it's kind of like the best of. And also, please check out his discography as well. Bandcamp.blackmav and on Bandcamp. Go check that out. You can start the pre-orders today. All right, hope I got everything right, correct there. Yeah, man. So today we want to talk a little bit about procrastination. It's something that has been embedded in my family for many of years. I like to talk about the angles, maybe how, why do we procrastinate? Is it because of laziness, or is it because of, maybe your eyes are bigger than your muscles? I mean, how do we get to, why do we procrastinate so much? Also, and how do we stop procrastinating? What do you do to try to prevent being a procrastinator? Because I'm a big procrastinator. So, what does that derive from?
I think with me, I think we all do it. We all guilty of it one way or another. It's all about things that I'm interested in doing, and things that I'm not so interested in doing, things I don't like doing. That's where my level of procrastination kind of shows itself. Like if it's something I like doing, something I'm interested in doing, there's no procrastination.
Right.
Something I don't like doing, like laundry, for instance, that I'm working on right now.
Right.
It's like I know it has to get done, but it's like I push it off, like I get to it tomorrow, or I'll get to it this weekend, But in the back of your mind, the sooner you get to it, the better, So, and the way I deal with that is I make sure things that I know I'm gonna procrastinate about or don't really care about doing, I try to do other things at the same time, so I'm not just doing that alone. Like right now, I may be doing laundry, working on a beat, talking on this live stream with y'all at the same time. So it's kind of helps me. That's my way of tricking my way through it, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
Yep, same way.
Yeah, I'm definitely a procrastinator. Pretty much what he said. Important things you're gonna get done. You're gonna focus on those more,
Right.
and you're gonna get those done. But for me, it's like shit, like going to the doctors, things I dread.
Right.
I put that shit off, even though I know I need to, do it. But it's just, I'm sick of the doctors, man.
And it's me. With me, is that and time management. My time management be so off, man. It's when I get home, I just don't want to do anything. Like I always, like the stuff that's not priority, I'll put it on the back burner and I'll wait till the last available moment to do something. So when I do take care of the stuff that I need to, it does have a reward towards the end. Like, man, I got to get this stuff cleaned up. But if you clean all this stuff up, the rest of your day is going to be pretty good because everything's going to be organized and where you need it to be. But man, there's nobody procrastinates like me. Oh my God. But also, I try not to procrastinate with other people because, that kind of gets into the whole realm of, things people, they say you're going to do things. I know, man, I've had people that...
You become a bullshitter. After a while, you become a bullshitter.
Right.
So, yeah.
And it ain't nothing personal. It's just like, yeah, I want to get it done, but right now I don't know how, but I want to. I got
This
you.
nigga bullshit.
Right.
And with me, like I said, anything that involves somebody else or something that I know I have to take care of, like paying the bills on time, something like that. I don't procrastinate about stuff like that.
Right.
But if it's something that's just not a must do right now, and something I don't really care for doing,
Right.
then and it's not many things in my life that's like that.
Right.
But it's a few things like exercising, because
Yeah.
I grew up as an athlete, so I was forced to do it for like 20 years, all the way through college and stuff. And now it's kind of like,
See,
I
like
make
I'm the opposite. Like I gotta like same here. I've been an athlete, but it seemed like I gotta do something. Like if I sit for too long, I'm like, nigga, you better work out. You
yeah.
better do something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
I have those thoughts, in the back of my head, like, man, you ain't been to the gym in 8 months. You this ain't
right.
but it's something that I procrastinate on.
Yeah.
Not out of laziness. It's just I
Right.
just be kicking back. But um things that has to get done, like I take care of those, sooner or later.
Right.
And if it involves another person, I definitely take care of it, at my
Yeah, that's what
earliest
I try to
convenience.
do. Because
Right.
I don't want to bullshit nobody. So if I tell somebody I'm gonna do something, more than likely,
Yeah.
it's gonna get done.
Right.
I don't.
Right.
Right. I don't want to be bullshitted, so I try not to.
Right.
And it's nothing personal, man. Things people just. I think I put a lot on my plate because I'm the same way. I don't like sitting around. I always feel like I have a purpose or something to do. Very rarely, even if I sit in here, I want to be working on something or making a beat or trying to find some new
Mm-hmm.
stuff to kind of put in my toolbox. So I always feel
Right.
like I need to do something, but sometimes I overload my plate and I'm like, damn, how can you fit all this shit into one day? It's
Mm-hmm.
damn near impossible. And especially don't sleep late or something, because I gotta have one day out of the week where I sleep in. Because
Right.
but yeah, it's procrastinating. So what do you guys do? What is your anti-procrastination? What do you do to kind of avoid that? You work on that.
Uh,
Let it lie like it lie.
I
You
just
know,
kind of I like. Go ahead, Rich.
I was just gonna say I try to be aware of it, but I mean, sometimes it just happens. I mean, like you say, especially if it's not something of importance, it's just
Right.
it happens. You're not gonna get rid of procrastination completely. I don't think.
Mm-mm.
I know for me that ain't. I don't think that's gonna happen.
Right.
So, but like I'm aware of it, and I take it, step at a time. I try not, I try not to procrastinate on the important things. Other shit, it is what it is.
Right.
Right. For instance, like I don't like to dust, but I need to dust in my bedroom right now,
Yeah,
and I've known that for the past week. Eventually, I'm gonna get to it,
you're right. But
but
it ain't important like that.
right, I'm gonna get to it when I get to it. But
You're right.
I'm not gonna go a whole year without dusting. It's got just dust caked everywhere. Like that ain't it. It's
Right.
just that's I feel like I need to do today, and maybe not even this week. But if why having trouble with this bass line right here, just not sounding right, can you take a listen to it and see what frequencies I need to boost? Like something.
I would get back to him within 4 hours. You get what I'm saying? So like something like that, I would jump right on.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the root of it all for most people. It's just some things. It's all dependent on where your interests lie.
Right. Dixie, your mic kind of shifted or something. I think your
There's
mic.
other people who procrastinate on everything.
Right.
Now that's where the
Everything.
laziness
And that's not good. That's that could be a detriment. Like that's not because you're missing deadlines, schedules, appointments.
Man.
You're not taking nothing seriously.
Nothing.
All right. I got
going through the motions of life.
Hey, Dick, something wrong with your mic, bro. I'll tell you a story, and I'm not gonna say the person's name, but there was some money sitting there waiting for somebody. I'll tell you a story. Somebody's father died. Some money sitting at a lawyer's office from something that happened years ago. A decent size of money, amount of money, but everyone in the family had to sign some paperwork and send it back. So one can send the paperwork and get the money. They all had to. You know, this person procrastinated so much they didn't even send the paperwork in to get the money. Free money, man. Free money.
That's
Procrastinating.
that's not good. That's
Come on, bro.
like you really messing yourself up for what though? You know?
Some people just, you know, this is like looking at sending things. People, I know some people that sending stuff is such they make it look like they think it's such a hard thing to actually send something in the mail, to get a stamp, to put a stamp on an envelope and then send something off. It's such a big task. It's such an inconvenience, and the not knowing that it's never going to happen, because that person would have to fill out the paperwork, go write an address on a freaking envelope, go to the post office or get a stamp and put it in the mailbox. That chore was too much because they didn't understand, or maybe they didn't even care, man. But that is procrastinators at its worst, man. When you leave
missing out on some money.
Right.
Right. That's right. Like with me, how I sound now?
Huh?
Yeah, you good. Sound good.
Right.
Okay. I don't know what was going on, but and that's kind of where I draw the line. Like I have a box of things that I know I have to do. I can take care of those, but then it's a box of things that I might not have to do this today. I might not have to do it tomorrow. I might not have to do it this week. And those are the things I will procrastinate on. But when it comes to handling business or just being responsible as a responsible adult, period, like I think I got a pretty good grasp on that. But a lot of people don't. Like I said, a lot of people, man, they'll procrastinate themselves into a bad situation.
Yep. Or
that's and that's the thing you don't want. And I know I was much worse when I was younger. I'm kind of I'm better now. But yeah, when I was younger, I was like fuck everything. You know what I mean? If it happened, it happened. If it don't, you know what I mean? But now I just try to stay on everything for the most part.
Well, I'm like, I know someone that got locked up because they procrastinated and didn't change their address with the probation office. And got locked up for like almost a year because you were procrastinating and didn't go do the right stuff.
So that's irresponsibility, man.
Change your address.
Yeah.
You lose your freedom for a while, and probably any job you had, one of the opportunities that were on the table for you. You know.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, that's that. I know that's that. I don't give a fuck mentality. I know, like when I had it bad, that's pretty much what it was. I don't. I mean, I don't care. You know what I mean? That's what it. For me, that's what it basically boils down to. Like I'm not that concerned about it.
I'm with you with that too.
And I'm gonna tell you what kind of got me on the right path. Like I said, my mom, thank God for her, she used to always, and I didn't understand it at the time. I was a kid, and she used to always tell me, if you tell somebody you're gonna do something, keep your word. Right. Your word is all you got.
Your word is your bond. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't, I was like, man, he ain't that serious. That's in my mind. In my 11-year-old mind. I'm like, but you told me you were gonna do it, so you need to do it. But now as an adult, I look back and I'm like, yeah, man, it's like just basing that off of the opposite reality of it all when you're dealing with somebody, no matter what role they're playing in your life, when you're dealing with somebody, and how frustrating it can be when someone tells you they're going to do something and then they don't do it, and they end up costing you money or you losing a lot of time or whatever it is. Is that's not a good feeling. And I always, like, back to what Widebody said, I always take an empathetic approach when it comes to dealing with people. So when I'm dealing with people, I'm not going to procrastinate if they're counting on me to do something.
Right.
At the least, I'll hit them up and say, hey, I'm going to need a little bit more time on that or something.
That's it.
It's like most times somebody's going to reach out for you for a solid. They, you pretty much got a good reputation as far as, they know they can count on you. So, you know what I'm saying? But I know some people that I'll throw it out there, but I don't expect anything because you know what happens when we start assuming things or.
Okay. You just hit on something good. And it's something, and I ain't trying to take over the show. Everybody who listening, this is DJ Widebody's show. I'm just a guest. However, I get invited to this show for a reason because I can take, this is one of my skills. I can take something he just said and start a whole new conversation off of it, but about the same thing. So you said something. let's talk about something that burns everybody. Procrastination about paying you back your money.
Oh man.
Mm, 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 mm,
So my
mm.
question to you two brothers is, how do you feel about, because you said expectations wide by then. That was the word, that was the buzzword for me that prompted this discussion right here.
Right.
And it still involves procrastination. So you said expectation. Some people loan money out and say, I don't expect to get it back. So the person don't pay me back, it's no big deal. I don't, maybe I'm the weirdo in the room because I don't agree with that. If you tell me you're going to pay me back, I'm holding you to that.
Right.
You know,
Right.
Right.
If
I
I loan
hold you.
you, yeah,
Yeah,
if I
but
loan you $100 and you say, I got you back next Friday, then come next Friday, I'm expecting my money.
Right.
right.
Unless you tell me, hey man, I need a little bit more time on that. All right, cool. I
Which
give
is
you
cool.
another week.
Which is cool.
But don't say nothing.
Right.
Right.
Don't say nothing.
Right.
Then a whole nother week go by, a whole nother month go by. Then I gotta hit you up. Yo, what's up with the bread, man?
Yeah, that's
You
yeah.
know?
Because guess what? The truth of the matter is, if someone's gonna leave you money, you're not gonna give someone your last. So the money that I give you, and there's people that have this kind of outlook on shit. And a guy at my job does it. He lent a guy some money. He says, when I lend people money, I don't expect to get it back. He said, I do it like that because I'm not mad if I don't get it back. You know
Now,
But
I would
here's the
say
problem with that
I
logic, though.
expect to get it back. I expect to get it back. But if I don't have it, I'm not lending it, first of all. Like, and if someone doesn't pay me back, it's no sweat off my back. But I'm damn sure expecting the person to give me my money back.
Right.
Right,
You know what I
right,
mean?
right. Like, to me, the missing part of your coworker's logic is it ain't about the money, it's about the principle.
Principle.
If
Yeah.
if you tell me, no matter what position, I don't care if I got $1 million in the bank. If you tell me you're gonna pay me back my $100 next Friday,
Right.
either give me my $100 or ask for an extension.
Right.
But not to say nothing. I'm not going to just walk away from that and say, okay, it's cool because I didn't expect to get it back.
Yeah.
Or, it was my last. Like, no, this is somebody I can't loan money to because they don't keep their word.
Oh yeah, no, but that'll be their last time they get money from me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll move off your track record.
Do you feel
Right.
you feel it's your responsibility to let other people in the circle know that this dude don't pay you back?
Me personally, because I'm in this situation right now, and that's why I'm kind of enthused about talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of shabby to bring it up. However, if someone else brings it up, I'm gonna speak to it like a motherfucker. because I'm in this situation. A best friend of mine who shall remain nameless, I still consider him a best friend. He just, I don't know, maybe he's going through some stuff right now. He just ain't handling his business like he's supposed to. Borrowed some money from me and was supposed to pay me back on a certain day, did not. So I waited a couple weeks, and I hit him up. I said, yo, what's up with that bread? He's like, yeah, I got you. And then another week went by, and another week went by. And he finally paid me back. But I was like, I ain't appreciate that, but it's cool. Like, ain't no beef or nothing, but I'm just not gonna like Rich said, he can't come back to me for money.
Your credit is
So then, so apparently he did. And again, I never spoke on it, period. Social media in private, and I never spoke on it at all. Cause that ain't me. That ain't who I am.
Right.
So then my partner, our other mutual friend, hit me up last week, and he's like, yo, you talked to so and so. He did this, he did that, and then he tried to come back, and I was like, nah. And I said, well, actually, he did the same shit to me, about a couple months ago. So I'm not surprised this happened. I said, but it's cool, ain't no beef. But however, he can't get another dime from me.
Right.
He was like, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with it too. But to answer your question, like, I won't like go on a tangent, bringing it up and trying to shame him, the person and all of that. But however, if it comes up, I'll speak to it.
Goddamn right.
Yeah, I would say that. If it comes up, I'll say, yeah, I'll give a story. Yeah,
Call me for a reference or something. You know what I mean? Hey, man,
Yeah.
what's his face? What's his face? Like, man, I wouldn't do it because
Right.
I let him doom. I got it back, but it was kind of like, no, I shouldn't have to go out my way to get my money back. Now, if something happens and you communicate with me and things happen, if you communicate me, let me know what's going
That's what
on.
it is.
Even if you bullshitting me, it's still the principle. Act like
Yeah,
you
say
mean?
something.
Yeah.
Right.
Be
You know.
be respectful about it, at least. Like, you know what I mean, if you bullshitting me, at least be a
Right.
little respectful about
Right.
it, man.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Now,
Right.
you give the money to a crackhead, don't expect that shit back with interest now.
Mm-mm.
I
Mm-mm.
didn't loan money to crackheads, bro, and
And it's sad, man, because this is still about procrastination, though, because people procrastinate about shit they dread, which is paying people back their money. But it's sad because you have to draw these hard lines with some of the people supposed to be closest to you.
right.
You know, and it should never be that way.
Nah, these people should actually know that's my man. I gotta pay this man his money back.
Right.
But
Or give him
taking advantage of procrastination and all that comes into play.
Right.
I didn't procrastinate.
Yeah.
I didn't procrastinate getting it out. You know, like you said, give me the same kind of respect there. But
Yeah, it's like you're trying to get over on me now, and I'm taking that as disrespect now. Like,
Right.
you know, it can
so now that
Right.
go a lot of different ways.
right up. Shout out to
Because you're procrastinating.
right. So also, so I want to touch on something a little different. I want to go to man. So you know, I watch YouTube a lot. I'm actually a YouTube guy. I don't have cable. I watch YouTube. I don't watch TikTok. I don't do Snapchats. I don't do Twitter.
I'm the same way, man.
I'm a YouTube guy.
Oh, tell moms I said hi. I just seen it in there. Oh, she hear me. What's up, moms?
I'm a YouTube guy, and the amount of YouTube beef out here is just is ridiculous. They've taken keyboard gangster to a whole new level. I mean, it ain't right if it ain't beef going on YouTube, man. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to what's going on with Keefe D. Have you heard about that? You know what Keefe D is, Ricks?
Yeah, I know he is.
So,
I heard something that he might get
right.
arrested or something.
So
Something. That's the last thing I heard.
they got the guy on Reggie Wright interviewed on Bomb First. You know, Bomb First is kind of doing a Vlad style of setup now, where they have a guy sitting behind and you know background and they talking. So there were the guy Craig Kading, the one who offered him his proffer, which is not immunity, by the way. People think that proffers in Queen for a Day are immunity. It's not. But if you lie, you can't lie in the proffer, and if they come back and find some new developments, they can charge you with it. So Keefe D's running his mouth off. You know, he did what he had to do. He had a drug charge hanging over him, and there's a lot of people that was going to go to jail if he didn't take the agreement. So yeah, so when they, you know, you're in that room, they want to ask you about what happened with the with your cousin, I mean your nephew, and with the night in Vegas, the white Cadillac, the whole, you know, the Tupac shooting, and he told him what was going on. So now, you know, after these years, now you know you start seeing these old players in the death row camp and the Pyro camps and the six what I forget what crypt they were they Fruit Town
No, they were was it Southside?
Southside, right. Everyone's on YouTube getting famous, doing podcasts, possibly getting money, and Keefe D out here like, yeah, I write a book on it, and this guy might be going to jail now, man. So,
It's crazy, man.
Yep. Watch what you say.
Loose lips sink ships, man.
Niggas talking too much. Niggas stay talking too much, man.
Yep.
Like that's one thing, man. Like I ain't claiming to be the most solid guy in the world and all that shit, but when it come to common sense, like
right.
I'm not going.
Why would you even talk about that?
Right.
Yeah, why would you even talk about that?
Yeah, it's so weird.
Like,
that makes no sense.
Right,
He wants popularity or something. That's it. It has to be, man. You run your mouth like that.
See them guys
I don't
eating
get it.
out here. You see them eating out here, and nobody gonna sit down at the table with him and eat with Keefe D. You know, Keefe D, they playing him. You know, gangsters move in silence to begin with. You're not supposed to be discussing gang business on YouTube, and that's what they doing, man.
I don't get that.
You know, these guys are sitting. You know, and you guys know this. They even tell you that. You know, part of our case was made on you on social media. They got all your posts, man. So
Man, they locking a lot of people up. Facebook posts, Instagram posts.
right,
Niggas rapping about shit. Like, come on, man.
you-
Gotta be a little smarter than that.
it ain't hard to be an investigator
Yeah.
these days.
He
I
should
mean,
have
I know,
procrastinated
you know
on
what I'm
that.
Right.
right.
But
I guess
procrastinated
now-
on them interviews.
Everybody's clout chasing. Everybody wants credit for doing something. Everybody wants their
Validation.
name out there for doing something. Yeah, so whether it be negative or positive, they just want their name out there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Validation.
It's all about cap, man. All about cap.
Yeah.
Real shit.
Yeah.
It's like I don't been through some street stuff, but I ain't gonna talk about it publicly.
Right. You will never know.
Well,
I'll
and
tell
if
people.
I be there, I'm waiting till the statute of limitation go by or something. I ain't just sitting out here talking about shit. Not that I did shit, but I ain't,
Mhm.
Right. This is bloody
Shit.
murder here, which has no statute of limitations. I would be, if I was him, I'd be real. I'd have been shook writing the book, even saying some shit. Like, to hear this
Write no
guy
book,
sit on,
man. What?
sit on a podcast and explain what happened to Tupac, and was like, wow, there go the killer right there. You were part
I
of.
don't even want to interview.
Right. I don't even want
I don't even want to interview because now you got people speculating. Now you got all these people speculating. Now just leave me alone. Let the shit fade away. Something.
Right. Fucking
And
Vlad.
even on a very small level, like even if you didn't do it yourself and you know that why even mention any of that stuff? Because at the least they could hit you with a less accessory charge,
Right.
because you were in the car. So
Right.
why even go down that lane, man? But when people, I guess, when people get desperate and need money, they willing,
Right.
to say too much.
A lot of people.
Like,
A lot of people that are not really close to this, but they're Tupac didn't get killed in L.A. He got killed in Vegas. All this profit shit's in L.A. Ain't got nothing to do with Vegas. Vegas ain't offer you nothing. So I don't know why they work with the law.
That's the miscalculation.
Right.
And everybody blame Vlad and say this about Vlad. You know what I'm saying? I'm all right with Vlad. I don't like the Farrakhan stuff, that controversy. I ain't like, that's the one thing I just didn't like. But as far as his interviewing style, like that's what he's been doing all along.
Right.
Like, so if you know that's what he's about, why go on there?
Right. We so funny.
Or tell him
questions,
straight to me.
Right.
Next question. No
Next
comment.
Right. That's it.
And he respects
That's all.
that
That's all you gotta
sometimes.
do.
He respects that. I've seen people, next question. But the thing with that is like, Vlad, people know what Vlad's gonna ask them. But you guys, then you want to boycott him because of Farrakhan. But we're the horriblest boycotting group of people I've ever met before, man.
I'm telling you, boy.
Man, we can't boycott we can't stop wearing a brand, man, for a couple of minutes, man.
That Gucci shit. Niggas was wearing Gucci the next week, man. I was like, y'all niggas is crazy.
I'm grown. I can buy whatever I want. Like
Gucci is that special? Like that gets you up through the day?
Right. It's
Gucci. I may be a poor nigga on the outside looking in. I don't know. I don't give a fuck what it is. There's other shit out there. Why I gotta stick with a certain name brand?
Right. And
especially a clothing, man. It's fucking clothes.
Clothes, bro. Overpriced clothes, bro. Overpriced clothes, man.
Niggas talk about it. They didn't mean it like that. I'm still gonna wear my Gucci.
Hey, Vlad.
Anything to feel important, man.
Come on, Vlad.
Anything to feel insecurity.
Vlad has disrespected our culture. We're not standing for it. We're not gonna follow Vlad no more. We're done with him. He is cut off from the culture. Vlad subs go up another 500, 600,000 the next day. They got people on there interviewing. Man, you gonna stick to your nah. I respect what Jamar and Godfrey did because they were kind of regulars on there and stuff, and they walked away from it. They couldn't stand by him. But it ain't.
Jamar, definitely.
Small pocket, and Jamar was just using that for exposure. But Jamar got morals about
that nigga got his own shit now,
right.
man.
Jamar got respect for certain things and things that he stands on, and he couldn't possibly have done that with the whole Farrakhan thing. But DL Hughley ain't not going on there and stuff, and they got their regulars and stuff. But the thing about it is, I kind of feel like if you on Vlad or you on these platforms talking about the culture and how we got to stick together and stuff, man, you got to live your you kind of conduct
Live your
yourself
creed.
that too. You
Yeah,
can't say
you gotta
one
live your
thing,
creed, man.
right? You can't say that and then be on that platform where you felt where he did some disrespectful. I mean, you know, their guys are involuntary leaders because they're seen they have exposure. I can't set a pace or a bar. I probably can't even start a spark. But a guy like DL Hughley or someone that people know and he has a following, and you know, and they see him doing it. I mean, he ain't standing on nothing. So I don't want to hear nothing about black pain, black
And,
struggle, and
right,
something.
right, right. And that's kind of unfortunately, and I hate to say this, like, and a lot of it has to do with things that has going on in my personal life, but it's almost like I'm finally waving the white flag. I'm no longer down for the like. I ain't gonna say I'm not down for the cause, but I'm not so quick to fight the good fight no more because
Yeah,
it
right,
kind of feels like for what point, for what purpose, you
right,
know? It's like if the masses are gonna just turn around and undermine the efforts you're putting in
right.
to accomplish a goal for the whole community, why do it?
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
No, that is sad. But
it is. But a true, you can't, you know, why am I fighting this when, you know, you turn around and no one's behind you, you know, or in front of you, you know. That's but they know this, and that's why they expose our culture, and they're able to come in and divide and conquer and do what they want to do.
yes, no togetherness, man. No community, no togetherness.
No nothing.
Yeah,
Nope. Everybody out for themselves.
Yep.
that's it,
So
man.
I've gotten to the mindset of I ain't necessarily saying I'm gonna be out here bootlicking and Uncle Tommy, but you know, I'm gonna think twice about what cause I want to get involved in. You
Right.
know,
And I ain't never been with the marching shit anyway. Like I'm more like what the white people did with the Capitol type shit. Organize and come together like that instead of walking down the street marching.
Yeah.
Doing that forever. And
Right. And not forever.
what is it really doing? I mean, I'm
well,
sure it's
the point of marching is one, bring awareness to a problem, and two is to disrupt uh the economic flow, because when you marching, you know, them businesses ain't getting no money at the time because you blocking the entrances, you blocking the flow of
I get
supply
that.
chain.
But
But
after the march is over, they're making that money again.
exactly,
They can
and I
afford
was
to
gonna,
take that hit. They can
right,
afford to take that
right,
hit. So it's really like, you know,
yeah,
they
yeah,
actually
yeah.
expect that.
Let them
You know,
march.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rich. I'm just giving you their mindset for why they
right,
do marches. Now, me,
right,
on the other hand, I'm more, although we can't get it together, I'm more on the boycott side.
right,
Before I ever go and join a march, I'd rather not give somebody my money, you know,
right.
because
Yeah, yeah.
that's
I
more
do that shit
effective.
all the time. Yo,
That
I do that shit in the community. Them Indians, Chinese, if they don't talk to me, talk to me the right
Hmm.
way, I won't come to your store again.
right.
It's other stores out here. Like, don't get
Hurry
it
up and
twisted.
buy. Hurry up and buy.
And
Okay,
they,
I will walk
hurry
the
up and
extra
save.
mile just to pass your store.
right.
Hmm.
I do the
You
same
know?
thing. They did it
That
down here.
happened in my hometown when Obama got elected. This is two package stores, two, you know, spirit stores or liquor stores, whatever you want to call them,
Yeah.
depending on where you from. They it's one they were across the street from each other, right? So all the black people always went to the one on the left because they were always kind of, you know, the other one wasn't bad. They didn't treat black people bad or nothing. It's just that this is in my hometown. My mom's telling me how this went down. And she said when Obama got elected, she noticed like a lot of the businesses started going back to how it was when she was a child in the 50s. And like just the way they talked to black people and stuff. And they was doing that. That was their way of releasing their frustrations about having a black president, right? So this bitch store on the left that black people have been patronizing since I was a kid. I've probably been in this store 1,000 times on my uncles, my older brothers or whatever. And to get their alcohol or whatever. And so they started tripping on, you know, being mean to the black customers and shit all of a sudden after like 40 years. So all the black people just said, okay, cool. They started going to the store across the street. That store that we had been patronized all the times who flipped the script on us had to close within 3 months.
See,
And then that
Power,
store
man.
that we
Yeah.
started patronizing, shoot, they not only was getting doubling their revenue every month, they started adding on additions to the store and stuff. You know,
Hey,
No.
hey, yo, and that's what
It's like-
we got a lot of power. We probably spend a lot of money in liquor store, clothes,
Yeah, we
all
spend the
that
most.
shit, man.
you mean Black and Miles fly to the corner store?
Word, man. We got so much power, we don't realize it, man.
So that's what I'm saying. Is like I'm more on the boycotting side than I am a marketing.
I'm with
more than a
that.
march any day. I agree with that.
I'm with that.
I'll tell you a story.
Because more effective.
Yo,
Yep.
there's a beauty shop down here, and I go in there when I, get my waves up, whatever. And my daughter, she does hair and stuff, so she goes in there and gets supplies. So I'm in there with her just a few months ago, and we go in there. Chinese ladies, like, watching me going down the aisles and stuff, like asking me if I need help. First of all, don't ask me if I need any help. If I need help, I know how to
Word.
find you. I don't just go to a store and then don't know if I need help or not. I know if I need help. I hate when people do that because they checking you. They testing your temperature. So I go in there. She don't ask me, do I need help? But she looking at me like, you need help. So I'm looking at the do-rags and whatever. I look up and she's like, there. So, I'm asking her a question and she real just short and real mean. Like, man, like, yo, my daughter, and I told my daughter, I said, I won't be going back there. I said, them people in our neighborhood getting our money. You better act like you are a guest in our community, man, and
That's it,
act
bro.
accordingly, man. Or
That's it.
my dollar won't be spent there no more. We consume a lot of things, man, and I think that's our biggest weapon is boycott as far as spending money with people. We can shut stuff down, man. We buy a
You don't
lot
have to
of
go into their store. You don't have to buy their clothes. You ain't got to do none of that.
no. I told her we don't go to Koreatown and set up shop. We don't have a rib shack in the
They're
Koreatown.
not gonna let you in there. First of all, they're not gonna let you in there. You'll be shut down real quick because they're not gonna support you.
Hell no.
They're gonna be like, this is bullshit. This ain't real Chinese food. What are you doing?
You can't come in. You can come in ours and set up shop
and they sell you the bullshit Chinese food. They don't eat that shit.
Nah, hell no. All that shit chop suey, man.
They don't eat that shit.
Nope. Because I've been to a legit Chinese spot in decent, in a good decent neighborhood. And that domain don't taste the same, man. Sorry, they don't. I'm like, wow, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, but you can't, you're a guest in our neighborhood, in our community, man. You come in here talking to motherfuckers like we criminals and shit, and yeah, we we a little rough around the edges sometimes, man. But come on, man.
But you in our neighborhood, you made a conscious effort to come in our neighborhood, so you deal with it or get the fuck out.
Damn right, man. All I'm saying, and I'm not hating, and I don't mind if you come in our neighborhoods and set up shop, and I would rather my people do it. And that's another thing. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about our people that have businesses, and you can't stay, you can't keep the cornbread in stock. You don't open up at 9 like you say you're gonna open up. Every time I go in there and order, a dinner or something, y'all missing the macaroni and cheese because y'all done ran out. Or you don't have this, or your order's messed up, or you don't have change for $4.20. And we got to get it together too now.
Yeah, no, for real. You gotta have a legitimate business. I ain't saying, be like others, but in the business, you gotta run a business like a business. You gotta have respect. You gotta have your items in stock, and
right.
Just like every other business. You can't be half-assed in your own neighborhood just because you look like everybody else.
Right.
And you think you're gonna get a pass.
Nah,
run it like a business.
We want to get what we pay for. We want quality, but sometimes we think that we're entitled because hey, it's our business. It's my business. You supposed to be. I'm supposed to get that automatically because I'm a black man out here trying to make it out here, and I'm supposed to just here take my money. Nah, man, I got to get something back in return.
I want quality service. I need all that, man.
Right, soul food spot where I work at, man. Work Saturdays. You want to order. Every time I went to order, they was either closed. They didn't stay open until the time they said we're gonna stay open. They ran out of oxtails. It was just bad, man. Then same thing on Uber Eats. I go order something online, oxtail dinner. I'm waiting like an hour. I go online, they out of oxtails. They calling me an hour later saying they out of oxtails. Like, come on, man. You weren't supposed to.
After you put the order in, after he was waiting.
Man, my mouth was watering for oxtails for like a whole hour, bro. I couldn't wait, man. I had plans, bro. The hot sauce was out, man. I was ready to get down, bro. But yeah, man. So that's go back to what we're talking about as far as the the whole YouTube thing, and then a lot of people that are beefing are people that have the same color skin that we got. It's like, man, that's not YouTube is just
That's
turning into a man. It's sad. It's not
Yeah.
even entertaining no more because at first I ain't gonna lie, it was entertaining to watch the beef stuff, but it's getting played out, man. Everyone's
Nah, it is. It is.
now they taking people to court now. Now they taking you people suing people, man. Fair use stuff's coming into play now. You can't use my videos, or you make terroristic threats to me on your YouTube. Say you was gonna kill me. They people are going to court now, man, and that's one of the things. People blocking, reporting people's channel, and it's bad, man. It's getting out of hand. YouTube ain't gonna deal with this for long, man. They trying to say YouTube is not going to play around. If you remember when YouTube started making channels, like my channel was flagged too, man. When I first started my channel, I was getting double the views. I was getting a good amount of subscribers. When they rated my channel explicit, everything just got cut down to nothing. So that's because of the TVs was like telling these advertisers, damn, you got your Dawn soap commercial on this dude here. He talking about violence and other
Right.
shit, but you gonna you can't do that on our shit. So Downey start pulling their stuff down and saying, "Nah, we use our videos for any and everybody. You people
Right.
gotta have a certain gotta check certain boxes." So that kind of happened there, and I agree with that, man. We all, with brands, I have to respect that if you have a business that you want to kind of have it shown in a good light, and I
Right.
get it. I'm
right.
not the most well-polished person.
Professionalism.
Right,
Yep.
right. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, that's what it comes down to, man. Unfortunately, it's I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know why people just can't. I don't know, man. Everybody wired differently.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Views and likes, man.
That's all it's become, man. It's just people want to be seen and heard. Like I said, it could be for the most negative shit, man.
Have you guys heard of what the whole Hassan Campbell Whack 100 situation?
I heard a little bit about it from you guys.
Well, so Academic set up a podcast with Tekashi 69, Hassan Campbell, and Whack 100. Now, Whack previously had interviewed Tekashi. One of the first interviews with Tekashi was kind of explaining why he ratted on all the Bloods and sent him to jail because the dude was messing with his baby moms and he wasn't blah 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 blah. So they're sitting in a room in his podcast studio. Whack 100, Hassan Campbell in there. Then Tekashi comes in with like 40 of these goons, man. They got about 30 outside. Hassan got about 7 or 8 old dudes with grown man bodies and shit sitting outside. You know what I'm saying? So they talking and they did a podcast where Whack was talking some shit off the record in the camera. So Hassan Campbell decides to record Whack 100 talking. It wasn't live. So you got Whack when they're talking about there's a tape out there with Nipsey Hussle and his baby moms in a 3-way with another dude, and the dude, do his thing, and Nipsey Hussle kissing his baby. It was basically that and some gay stuff going on with Nipsey Hussle and his name and stuff. People are not appreciating. He also was saying that he be squeezing Wallow and Gilly because they got to come out to Cali, so he be squeezing them, extorting them. He extort K-Slay and stuff. He a lot. He was talking about definitely Nipsey, and a whole bunch of other people. He was talking about Drink Champs, Nori and them. He was squeezing them, and Hassan took the recording. And the same night, Whack was dissing Hassan on Clubhouse because Whack's all over Clubhouse. So now Hassan put the tape out on his Patreon. So you had to, guess what? Go sign up for his Patreon to hear the footage.
Oh my God, man! Somebody need to. He one of those people that don't understand all money ain't good money, man.
Right. Okay, man. Yeah. Whack got to answer now. Whack answering he got answered to the 60s now. Why'd you? So Whack standing too. So him and Hassan get back on act stuff after all this has happened, and they going back and forth. And Whack was saying how he disrespected Hassan to his face, talking about we messing with Bambaataa and did it feel good. And Hassan was like, you didn't ask me like that. You asked me before the podcast started if I could. Can you bring up Bambaataa? And you said, yeah, you can bring up Bambaataa. So Whack lying and Whack saying, yo, I didn't. You called Big U and I was sitting right there. I did not call Big U. You want me to pull a tape up? I got the tape right here. You want me to get the tape? I can pull the tape up right now. You know what I'm saying? Dre, is that? He said, man, the 60's gonna tear your ass up. He said, man, you a dead man walking. So now Whack out here, he ain't gonna concede to nothing. And yeah, man,
Mhm.
Wax said some crazy shit, bro. And then I'm like, but I don't know what to believe sometimes. I don't know if that's
But
state.
yeah, that's
That nigga
kind
be
of
talking too
all that's
much,
a little
man.
too
Anyway,
messy for me, man. Like that
yeah,
kind
that
of
nigga
stuff.
be talking way too much, man. That
I
nigga
do the
whack,
Homer
man.
Simpson on that kind of shit. I just gotta back into the
Bro,
bushes.
right.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Bro.
but you hear about artists and other music business professionals getting blackballed and shit, and usually it's in an unjust way. But this is the one time I wish somebody got blackballed. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
go away once
Right.
and
yeah,
for
them
all.
niggas. I don't get the
Whack
And
100.
Takashi
you know
6ix9ine,
what's
whack
sad?
100.
You know what's sad from that? There's people that their content depend on that kind of shit to have content for their channel to them to be monetized and make money off of it. So if
Yeah,
there was no
yeah. I
whack
mean,
100,
it's dramatic, man. Drama sells.
But
right?
they speaking on specific niggas, and you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
And
calling
people who ain't
names
here no
out and
more.
shit,
It's like,
man.
yeah, it's so that
Yeah,
his name is so fitting. Whack. He's whack.
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
right. Whack is whack.
Hmm.
But yo, he been having Nipsey in his mouth since the man died.
you
So
you you want me to tell you what that is, man? Because like I said, that stuff kind of stuff goes all the way back to Tupac when he was going off on Tupac, and that's when I realized what Whack is a hater. He's a person that don't like to see another person getting a lot of shine. And when a person dies, no matter what coast they from or whatever, they're gonna get a lot of love. So he's
Yeah.
the person that stands up and say, "But well, what about me? What about me?"
Right.
And instead of saying "What about me," he goes on the attack on that person who's getting all the love because he obviously has a problem watching somebody else get a lot of love.
right.
Let that dead man rest, man.
You know what they said why Pop Smoke died, and this is on the internet. This is on YouTube, so I'm not saying something that is not already out there. They say Pop Smoke died because he didn't check in out there. That's how
Yeah,
he got home invaded and killed because he didn't check in.
I don't get that shit,
It makes
man.
sense though. What the fuck I'm checking in for? I'm a
It's
grown man.
credible.
I'm about to say I'm a grown ass man. I
Check
don't
in.
shit.
Come on, man. We don't hold people true to that when they come over to
I mean, I don't know Cali like I'm from Jersey. I go to any hood in Jersey. I never checked in. I never checked in. Not saying I'm out here like that.
right,
And
but
I've been to spots. I never had to check in. I never had nobody. You know what I mean? Now if I'm being suspicious in the area, then of course.
right.
But nah, I don't get
Yeah,
that.
in like, but we keep going out there because and like dude said, we especially in the music business, struggling artists, thinking that going to California, you got to go out there for business, and so you can feed your family and stuff. And it's like, man, fuck, stop going out to Cali like that, man, because obviously, man, their politics is something totally different from from where you come from, your cloth, where you cut from. So,
Right.
yeah, man, this is New York, this is the Mecca, man. Like, let's bring that shit.
And at the same time, I'm not going out to California dolo. I'm gonna have some people with me.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know.
I like to roam, man, when I'm out of town, man. I'm a roamer. I like to see what's up with shit. And,
Yeah.
you go out there have the wrong kind of hat on. Yeah, that New York Yankee fitted that. That's what's his. That's a Fruit Town. That's I forget that the Yankee cap and the Washington National cap is a couple gangs out there, and that Fresno State Bulldog, Georgia Bulldog, any of that stuff is some kind of Spanish gang. I forget the name
But
of
at the same time, these niggas know who's civilians and who's not, man. You can't go.
You got
I mean, real niggas do. Real niggas do. I
want to
can't
be
speak.
out there though, man. That you want to be and think they supposed to carry the flag for some of these gangs that they dick riding and thinking they doing a good deed by seeing somebody that's out of town that's got a Yankee cap on. Like you holding something down for somebody. They got a lot of those too, man. Look at all these little kids out there that's aspiring gangsters and thinking they holding it down for somebody. And you out here visiting, and you like you a Yankee fan, you got a Yankee fitted on. He think he about to rank up because he done took you out because you had a cap on. You from goddamn Pittsburgh somewhere.
Yeah, it's stupid. That's just stupid.
The OGs is gonna have to start. I mean, it's kind of hard to control these young ones, man. Some of them listen, and some of them don't, man. But I mean, I guess I don't know, man. I'm not in the gang culture. I'm just going by what window I look at it from, and it looks to me that these kids are uncontrollable, man.
Out of control, man.
Out of
Like
control.
it's no principle. There's no standards and principles no more,
Right.
man.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
it's
Like
agree.
it
the
used to
old
be when I was
kids.
coming up, old kids and old folks were off limits, you know.
Right, right. Now,
Now, shit,
Like you
anybody can
said,
get it.
no
right.
women, no women, no kids. But shit, these bitches out here like that. So these, this shit crazy, man.
Right. Said went out a shitter. And we talked about, I always wonder what the future is going to hold with the next generation coming in, I'm scared because even though Brother Mordi, we're talking that time, he was saying we survived the crack era and we made it, and here we are. It's kind of it's got a different set of It's a different
Yeah, but
game being played now.
the thing with that is though, yeah, we survived, the crack era as it was unfolding, but there's a lot of residual shit that came from that era that we hadn't had to deal with yet.
True.
You
Yeah.
know?
Well, that's why these kids out here now, because the mothers was on crack. Somebody, what I mean, that shit, that like you said, that shit trickles down, man.
Them crack era babies is having babies now.
Yeah.
They babies is
Yep.
they
Crack.
grown.
Yep. That's it.
So I
That's
think
it.
we're getting that now, and then nobody breaking the cycle. Shit, look how we all try to break the cycle. I don't want my kids to come up like I was on certain shit or be in an environment. Blah blah
Supposed to be
blah.
progressive.
Sometimes you miss that mark, man. And then your
You know.
kids repeat the same shit you do, and then you looking like, and then when you grow up, you finally get to a place where you know what, I'm done with the bullshit. Then you look at your offspring and like, damn, I fucked this all up. Like shit. Son, I know all the years I was wrong, man, getting fucked up and doing an in and out of jail, but it wasn't right. It wasn't right. I'm here to tell you. You're like, man, the fuck out of here, man. I'm 30 years old, man. It's too late.
Yeah.
We didn't set the next generation up correctly, man, and I'll say that until the day I die. We did a horrible job. Let's look at the,
I agree with that.
music, but look at the music,
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. I would say us, we kind of should have supported the young people more, whatever. It's like we distance ourselves from. We call them crazy. We call them. You know what I mean?
Right. We kind of blackballed them.
Yeah. Yeah. So now they feel like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't there for them. So they like, get your old ass out of here.
Right. Right. And we not looking good out here. Even these young ones that say, I keep my ear open. And I like to hear a lot about, sometimes I hear these young ones giving these old heads, and very few old heads they give respect to.
Yeah,
but there's a thing, especially that Soulja Boy era, where a lot of the old heads at the time were kind of down on Soulja Boy, and instead of embracing them and
talking shit about the young boy, talking shit
about him,
talking shit, big
they
shit.
ain't got no love for that. Like you ruined that. So a lot of these old heads, man, they looking crazy out here, and I'm not putting myself.
We didn't embrace them like we should have.
Right. We
like we looked at the music, like most of us, and I'm included in that, guilty of that. Like I looked at the music versus looking at what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like he was doing some monumental shit at the time.
Hell yeah.
Now what he's doing is the fucking standard. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And that's what we didn't look at. We didn't see the big picture. We looked at the music, and the music was whack as fuck. And that's what we focused on. And instead of, this dude has created another avenue for artists to get on.
Smart nigga.
Right. Right.
And to take more control over their career.
Right. Right. Real shit. And instead of us saying, man, the shit he did was fucking genius, how he did that. That's not all what Soulja Boy had in the toolbox. Just the music, the way he went about doing it, he manipulated a lot of shit, and here, you're hearing,
changed the game.
Right. And a lot of people use that blueprint, man. It's like, and then you see these kids out here.
Shit, everybody uses it now.
Right.
Like, everybody starts with fucking YouTube.
Yep.
Yep.
You see these little fuckers come from nowhere. Let's be real. These record labels aren't signing unknown talents and
what your YouTube look like,
building them up. Yeah, what your numbers look like. And if my numbers are big, why the fuck I need a record label anyway? I never understood that. If I'm up,
man, only thing that they can do for you now that you can't do on your own is get on the radio and maybe get tour support. That's about it. But I'm not giving them 90% for that.
Hell no.
You can get 30. maybe 40.
That's crazy, man. You know, I'm just putting myself. Say, you know, I'm about 25, and you know, I'm a producer. I sing, I rap. I'm the triple threat. I got a good following. I got about maybe $500,000 every time I put a project out on Bandcamp. I got at least 300 to 400,000 gonna spend that money with me, right? Ain't no way in shit I'm gonna sign with no label. I want to see what this independent thing can do because
Right.
I'm not hurting for money, you know.
And you know, and the real life example of that is Big Crit. You know, he had already amassed millions of followers before he signed to Def Jam. He was doing his thing independently, but he wanted to get to that level of a Kendrick Lamar or a J. Cole who were signed to majors, who were household names, where he wasn't. He's just as talented as they are, and they came out in the same year. Only difference was he stayed independent longer than they did, you know. So when he did finally sign to Def Jam, the one thing that Def Jam could give him that he couldn't get on his own was radio play, and he still didn't get it. So what was, you know, so he looking at it like, what's the point of this anyway? Y'all can't do the one thing I needed y'all to do.
Right.
Right.
Did everything else. It's like, and I get that, and I didn't understand it at first because I kept, you know how we came up was always, man, hey, I want to get a deal. They need a deal on the table. I got this one a deal. I got that one a deal. Man, the social media, SoundCloud, Click, what, you know, Reverb Nation, shit like that. I mean, I see these guys on SoundCloud. When I used to rock around with SoundCloud, man, I seen these dudes, you know, these SoundCloud rappers, you know, fuck the label, but you know, I got enough bread to set up me invest in a tour. You know, all I need is to get a couple, pay for a couple on my pocket. The rest of shit gonna pay for itself. You know, I can go in any city and set up in a venue because I probably got connections in every state in this country and overseas.
You get that cult following.
Right. What's that dude name? That dude, black dude. Oh man, real dark skinned dude, skateboarder type dude. Real dark. I forget his name, but he was independent millionaire dude, man.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Is Terry something?
Damn, what?
I know you're talking about because he had his own sneaker line and everything.
But what a Pablo Chalk, yeah, Crit is dope. Yeah, Dix put me on a Crit.
Yeah, Crit dope as fuck. Like produce raps and sings. He does it a triple threat. You know, does it all. You know, and he was indie for a long time. Like he came out 2010 was a slept on but great year for hip hop. We got in 2010 we got Big Crit, J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, Wiz Khalifa, and Currency reintroduced himself to the game by working with Ski Beats, you know, and to hear him over them East Coast tracks was dope as fuck. Pilot Talk and all of that. You know, he kind of switched up, you know, went away from the Southern sound, which is cool, you know. Right. And I'm from the South. I love our sound, but I'm always, you know, I'm a boom bap dude at heart though. You know what I'm saying? Right. So to hear him over that kind of stuff was refreshing at that time, you know. And you got to remember, this is trap era, snap era, you know.
Yeah, right. Crunk about the
lean with it, rock with it era. And so to hear something like that, where Big Crit got these jazz elements, Kendrick got these jazz elements,
love it.
J. Cole, and I'm like, man, this is what I'm fucking with right here for the next 5 years. And so for the next 5 years, you know, Kendrick and J. Cole became household names, Grammy Award winning artists and all that shit. And Crit, who started with them, although he had the talent and the music was great. He just didn't have that platform that they got that came from those major labels. So that's why he ended up signing with Def Jam, hoping that they would be able to get him to that level. But they didn't do it. Yeah. They didn't do it.
Def Jam.
Man, I underestimate the power of radio too. I you know, I used to think that radio's dying down. Man, we got all this other shit. We don't need radio, but radio got a way of putting people in your face, you know, and pushing shit on you.
The masses, man.
Right.
That's how you reach the masses.
That's the program. You want that radio.
Pablo said jet life.
Yep, jet life. Yep.
Yeah. What up, Pablo? Hey, where you from anyway, Pablo? But yeah, man, you're right. And that early J. Cole shit, man, I was sign me up.
Yeah.
Early
all that
man. I fuck with J. Cole. Man. Kendrick Lamar, I fuck with the niggas.
Yeah. Like they re-ushered in like some thought-provoking,
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
substance music, where and that's what I need. I was about to give up on rap
Mm-hmm.
at two different points in my life. Like 2005, I was fucking done with it, and then I found Little Brother, and they kept
Damn.
me listening. And then I
Wow.
was about done with it again because Little Brother broke up, so I was about
Yeah.
done with it again. Because I'm not like when I listen to artists, like I can't get with certain shit that's just too far to the other side, and I can't get with shit that's too far to the other side. I kind
Right.
of like that stuff that's somewhere in the middle. And I found like, Little Brother was somewhere in the middle. I could relate to them. The beats are dope. It ain't, just this same shit I'm hearing on the radio every day.
Right.
So then, when that fizzled out, I was about to give up on it again. Then here comes 2010, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, Big Crit, Wiz
Different.
Khalifa, Dom Kennedy, and I just started listening to
Oh,
that stuff. And it was like, yeah, this is what I'm talking about right here. Like, this is what I like to hear.
different lanes too. Different
hmm
sounds. You know, kind of reminiscent of the, kind of like the golden age a little bit where we had different lanes and shit. We had, we were able to go jump on anything. I might have my backpack rap shit playing at the time, or that conscious rap, or that, or that jazz shit, or I want to gangster rap, or any kind of mood, changing shit, or my or that dance hall shit, which I
Yeah.
like, but I can't play that shit all day. But
Right.
yeah, man, that's real
But I
shit.
should play Pilot Talk over and over and over again.
Damn.
Ski Beats. Like I was already a fan of Ski Beats from Reasonable Doubt. So I already
Yeah.
knew his name. But for him to start introducing live instrumentation to his production,
Right.
I grew up on Outkast and I grew up on Organized Noise and G
What
Funk
about
and
Pastor Troy though? You ever Pastor Troy
Okay, that's
guy?
that classic album.
I've always been somewhere in the middle with Troy. Like I like him, but he's not like one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, I ain't
You
never.
know?
I can't get with Pastor Troy.
Like he had some records that I definitely messed with, like vice versa. Like that's one of the illest beats I ever heard, man.
Mm.
You know, uh, like that's one of them undeniable. Like you ain't got to put. You can stop rapping right now. This is your song. This is your song that you can perform till you're 80 years old.
Right.
Like he got one of those under his belt. Vice versa, but as far as like rushing to the store buying his albums, no.
No.
I mean, and I grew up in the South, when he was really popping, when he went at P and No Limit in the late 90s, that's how he really got on. He did No Limit. So he came in on a diss song.
Let
But
me, let
mm,
me ask let me ask you this, bro. Let me cut you off. What kind
that's
of
cool.
impact did Jeezy have in the South?
Now when Jeezy came, I had moved to the Midwest at that time.
Okay.
But as far as I remember, it was very impactful because at the time, we were still in that transition. Snap music kind of dominating. It's like 2005 or whatever.
Right.
So
Oh
we
man,
had a
that shit was
guy.
ass off.
He ushered in a different sound at the time, which was Shawty Red, and we're coming out of the crunk movement too. You know what I'm saying?
I
So
forgot about that shit.
he
Yeah.
he brought it back to, I guess you could say, the streets. The drug dealer rappers had something else to say, pretty much, because they
Mm-hmm.
had kind of died out too.
Yeah.
So he kind of brought that back, and Shawty Red's production at the time was different enough for people to the average listener to notice like this sounds different than anything else that's out. And those pizzicato strings that's so prevalent in his production. Like, yeah, it's dope. He had a big impact. I'll give it to him. He did.
And let me ask you this, fellas. When do we think Pusha T was gonna stop selling drugs?
That's
Shit.
that nigga Lane, man. I can't take that from him, man. That's
Damn,
that
bro.
nigga Lane. Maybe killing that shit
That
though.
nigga's
Hey man, walk like a duck, crack like a duck. That's what it is. But I'm gonna tell you back to Young Jeezy real quick though. The first time I heard Jeezy was on a Fabulous record. I think it
Really?
was it was my favorite Fabulous album too. That came like in 2004, and
Never knew that.
it's an album cut, and there's a guy named Young Jeezy on that, and I'm thinking he's from the East Coast or something because he wasn't hella country, but he wasn't like he didn't sound like he was from the East Coast. So I was like, well, maybe that's just somebody want to have boys or something, because I never heard of it.
Yeah.
But I remember saying, like, whoever this cat is, this young Jeezy guy, he has a presence about him. Like, he
Yes.
has charisma. Whoever he is, if he get with the right producers, he's gonna have a good career.
Right.
Because he kind of had that, he could hold your interest.
Right.
Like, he ain't saying that he as far as lyrically, it's you know, it's all right, you know, but as far as being able to hold your interest, he got
Star
that.
power,
Right.
a little star power.
Yeah, he got that charisma. You know, it's kind of like the Master P thing. Master P can't rap, but he can. It's the way he raps that.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way he raps holds people's attention. You know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, so it's that thing, you know, like where somebody listens to Tyler Kweli, he can't hold nobody's attention because
Right.
he's spitterific. You know what I'm
True
saying?
that,
Now,
yeah.
I like it, but most people don't. You know,
Yeah, you got to
so-
be ready for that.
Right. So
when
when I was listening,
stars in the sky.
and I was listening to Jesus, I was like, whoever this cat is on this record with Fabulous, he gonna have a nice career. It's like if he get with the right producers and shit. The next year, man, Trap or Die came out and shit. It
That
was over from
Snowman
there.
shit was my first introduction to that dude. I was driving down to Myrtle Beach in a work
Yeah,
truck, man. And the white dude put me onto it. I'm like, who the fuck is this? And the
Yeah,
production.
You know,
then-
it's crazy. I ain't never been a Jeezy fan. That's crazy.
Yeah. And
I've
then
never-
he had that his signature ad libs at the time too.
Yeah. I know
So
about that.
like,
I definitely know that. I
somebody-
definitely know that.
got their own, like he had the when
Yeah.
people got their own little thing, like it's gonna do something, you know.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he did that. He definitely had his own that shit. I definitely remember that shit. Sure.
Yeah.
Snowman, all that shit.
I got into Gucci a little bit. You know, Gucci the radio
Yeah,
shit.
it took me a long.
Gucci got better. Gucci.
Yeah, he got better.
He stepped
I did
his
not
game
like
up.
Gucci when he first came out. I
Nah,
did not
me
like
neither.
Gucci, man. Like, it took me a long time to accept Gucci, man.
Mhm.
A long time, and I'm still not all the way there with it. But it took me a
Right,
long time.
right. He's better. I will give him that. He's definitely way
I just
better.
didn't get it. I was like, this dude sound like he's straight out of special ed.
Yeah, but that was on this.
Like, you gotta understand, I'm from the South, but I came up on Outkast, Goody Mob, 8 Ball and JG.
I
Real
fuck with that.
lyricists,
I fuck
man.
with that shit. I fuck with
You
A-Boy,
know,
MJG,
Scarface.
Outkast,
Like, I came
definitely
up on
Scarface.
lyricism.
Yeah.
You know, like I didn't like. I'm from the South, but I didn't grow up in that trap era. I didn't grow up in that
Right.
crunk era. I grew up in the early '90s, late '80s,
Right.
where motherfuckers had to rap. You know,
Scarface, that nigga.
like the real shit. That's Big Mike. You know,
Yeah,
UGK.
yeah.
He like
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, UGK. Yeah.
that's stuff I grew up on. So when I
Yeah.
hear Gucci Man, I'm like, no, no. All the forefathers of Southern hip hop are rolling over in their graves right now. Ain't
Got
no
me
fucking way.
smoking
They went
Angel
through
dust.
all that shit for y'all to come out and rap
Word.
like this.
Got me smoking Angel dust.
Right.
Well, man.
Go
ahead, bro.
I was just saying, man. Yeah, check out that Fabulous record. It's on that album that came out. It's like Real Talk New York, I think is the name of the album. And it's
keep
like
that.
2004. It had Breathe. I think that album had Breathe on it.
Huh. Oh yeah,
Going
yeah,
into
yeah.
the
Okay.
two,
Two,
yeah, I remember that
three,
shit.
Yeah,
that shit was
but it's a record on that album. It's like towards the end of the album. Young Jeezy's on that. That's like Jeezy's first major feature. So Fabulous was on Jeezy before anybody was.
Right. Well, well, that's gonna be it for today. Like to thank everyone in the chat, Pablo Chalk, Mother, Shelly Ann Reed, the regulars. Thank y'all for tuning in. Please check us out on the playback, Anchor FM, Spotify, podcast, as well as Twitch. This is Straight Up Podcast, episode 50. Also, you know, like to thank Dixie for stopping in today. Thank brother for
sure,
coming
man.
in, filling in the missing. Hope everyone's okay out there. Once again, Straight Up Podcast.
Oh damn, we ain't got where everybody at. Maybe missing like two, 3 people. What the fuck?
Right up.
Take the day off.
This must
They
be some
procrastinating. They
Yeah,
procrastinating.
yeah.
Once again, check us out on the playback, DJ Wild Body. Stay in peace. Check us out next week for episode number 51.